Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Dave and the Man Cave Motorcycle Vlogger. Now in today's video I'm going to take out the front brake pads of my Suzuki Gsx 1250 FA and I'm going to reassemble them just to show you how quick and easy it is. Now I haven't got new brake pads to go in, so I'm just going to take the old ones out, flip them around, have a look at them and put them back just exactly the same way as they come out. Now for this video, if you do go about it yourself, if you've got your camera or some device handy, just take a photograph of everything before you take it apart, just in case you go wrong. But you can always remember you've actually got another brake caliper on the other side, so you can copy one to the other. But I don't think you'll have any trouble if you're, just take your time, look at it, study it, and you shouldn't go wrong. Now just one thing, on top of the handlebars you've got the brake fluid reservoir. Now it's got a little glass eye in it and it tells you the level, so when the brake pads have really worn down, the level goes down and you can actually see on the eye how it drops down. I haven't got that problem anyway today. As I say, there's no problem with my brakes whatsoever anyway, touch wood. And when you have taken your brakes apart and you have moved the piston, always remember to pump the lever if it's the front brake, or with your foot press it up and down to make sure it's working, because when you take it out for a test run and you get out on that road, it's too late then. You need to do that once it's all assembled and checked and put back together, pardon me, and make sure you do that before you take it out on the road, before you leave the shed, before you leave the house, before you leave. It is a must. Make sure you do that. As I say, once you're on the road and you haven't done it, it's too late. A split second, bang. So that's all it takes. So take care. Even if you have to tie something on the lever to remind you to say, hang on a minute, what was that on there for? Aha, got to just pump my lever. Okay, sounds crazy, but believe me, it's a must. Okay, we're going to crack on. Right guys, in this video what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the brake caliper, and with this bolt here and this bolt here, and then when I remove it I'm going to take out that pin what runs all the way through, what actually holds the pads in place, and then there's an Allen screw there and an Allen screw above which holds the spring to stop the vibration, and it holds them steady in place. So for this demonstration what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take that apart, take out the old pads, show you how it's done, but instead of putting new pads in, I'm just going to put the old ones back and just reassemble it, just to give you an idea how to go about it. So right guys, we'll crack on, and don't forget, leave comments down below and hit that subscribe button. It'd be much appreciated if you've first time you've just come to this channel, and you're if you hit the notification button, you'll know when I'm putting another video up. Okay guys, we'll crack on. So first we'll just undo them. Okay. That's the first one. That's the second one. And on that ABS cable I've got a little cable tie there which I'm going to take apart, because I've got another one to put back on and it frees up a bit of space for me that I can pull them around. Now what I'm going to do now, loosen that pin what runs through the middle. So now I'm going to take that out and that out with a small little Allen key, and that removes the anti-vibration plate there. Now for the purpose of this video, I'm taking this off in front of the camera, but what I would normally do, I'd normally take this off while it's actually on the bike when I'm not filming. It's just the way I would do it, but I'm only doing it this way just to demonstrate for you. Now, sorry that my hands are in the way, but I will be pointing it out to you again. So now, little Allen screw there, the little Allen screw there, and take that plate off. And as you can see, the pads are not seized at all, because only a couple of weeks ago I actually went at this job and cleaned it all out. Now, and I'm going to remove that centre pin, pull the centre pin out, and voila, out comes the pads. Nice and easy, just like that. And there's the pad there. Now there is actually plenty of meat on them pads, so they're quite alright to go back in. So what I'd normally do if I was changing the brakes for brand new ones, I'd get the pistons and I'd move them back by putting a little lever in between the old brake shoes, not the new ones, spreading it out to make sure they're not seized and clean it all up. But as I said, that's been done very recently, so I'm just going to put the pads back into place again, and I'm going to put the pin through there, and I'll just pinch that up by hand for now. Okay, and then I'm going to assemble the clip back in with the small little Allen screws. Now I like to run them in as far as I can. That I make sure I've got the proper thread in the right place before I put the Allen key on it, because I don't want to maniac the thread. So I try to screw it home all the way down before I put pressure on it. So now with the Allen key, just tighten them, pinch them back up. Now you don't want to stand on these and overstrain them, there's no need for it. You know, you just get the feel of it. Now, you just pinch that centre bolt back up again, that one there, and just open the pads gently, just so I can put them back on over the disc. Now, it's just nice and simple. With the top bolt, run it back as far as you can, just finger tight. And the same with the bottom one. Run it in as far as you can. That way you know that you're not cross threading it. So now we've pinched that up, we've pinched that one up, and I've also pinched the centre one up, what goes through. So now all there's to do is pinch this one up and that one. Okay, now if you can get a white permanent marker or a bright colour permanent marker, just mark the top of the bolt and on top of the housing and the same there, and just keep an eye on it that it doesn't move, unless you put a small little bit of Loctite on it. But if you mark them, you'll know are they moving or not, which is a good idea, a good indicator. And now I'm going to put the another cable tie back on, just to secure the ABS wire. that is in place. That's it. And then just cut off that excess there. That's not sticking out. And that's all there is to it, guys. Now, remember, when the pistons have been pushed backwards, your brake fluid is going to rise up in the chamber of the brake fluid reservoir. So what you've got to do, you've got to pump the brake to make sure that the pistons close and go all the way home. You do not want to leave it till you're out on the road, because a split second with no brakes and it's game over. So guys, that's it. That's all I've got to show you on this video. If it's helped you out, leave some comments down below. Let me know your feelings on this, and I'd much appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel. Until next time, thanks very much guys and girls for dropping in, and we'll talk to you again.